Welcome everybody to Onward VR Master League Season 11, Week 2, last match of the week, last casted match that is. I'm your host Trip, and I'm here with my co-caster James. Everybody knows James, everybody loves his voice, so I'm going to let him do most of the talking tonight, and we're going to just kick it off with those bans from the teams.
All right, hopping right into bans. We have from Kai, who are home today. They have banned Bazaar, and Ember have banned Downfall. Anything unexpected about those bans there, Trip?
You know, I thought Ember liked Downfall, so I'm not sure if they banned that because of Kai being good at it. I'm looking at the stats, and it doesn't look like they're exceptionally good. I mean, 63% is not great. So I don't know. Maybe they just haven't played it in a while. They're only at 55% on Downfall, and they have played it a lot more. They've got 44 games on Downfall and only a half win rate. So maybe, I don't know. I just felt like when we played them on the Downfall, they were really good at it. But that could just mean that we're really bad at Downfall.
That could definitely be the case. I certainly was expecting the ban of Bazaar from Kai, to be honest. Ember, especially with Coca on Bazaar, they are a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I haven't actually got to watch a whole lot of Kai's games, so I'm excited to see this. I think that, like you were saying earlier, these two teams are 9th and 10th last season, right? So they're back to back, and so this should be a very epic, close fought match, in my opinion.
They haven't faced each other in the regular season. Despite being that close in the standings last season, they did not end up facing each other. They did face each other, in February on the custom map tournament. In that match, they played Sand and Quest, and Kai won both of those. So it'll be interesting to see whether either of those maps are played today. On that note, both teams did pick Sand last week, so could see a Sand.
I think we're gonna start off with the Sand. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about Sand. It's so aggressive. I mean, you're in contact before you can throw grenades, and I'm not a fan of that. So,
And it looks like the lobby is up.
Oh, what is map number 1 gonna be then?
Give them a few seconds to guess. And we're going into Subway. It was only a couple of seconds. We're going to Subway first up. Last week, Ember did play Subway against Raptors, and they won 4-0. So an interesting pick from Kai. No, they didn't pick Subway last week. Interesting.
So we're gonna see my Onward is not wanting to connect to the Onward server, so we're gonna see if I can remedy that real quick so we can actually get this cast going. But at least the stream is live, so if nothing else, we'll just talk to you for an hour-ish. You know, I mean, you can't get tired of James's voice.
Oh, no pressure at all. First co-cast.
I'm still just wanting a James and Radar cast where I could just like play it on repeat to fall asleep to. Maybe throw a little bit of Theta in there.
I do want to cast some European matches, so maybe we could make that happen. A little bit of, ASMR from Theta in between rounds would be quite nice. Is it ASMR? Is that?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm up with the lingo.
Don't lie, that was definitely in your weird search history.
Specifically Theta ASMR.
Yes, Theta ASMR. I don't know what's going on, but I am having some technical difficulties connecting to the Onward servers. So we're gonna go to a quick intermission while I try and sort this out. We'll be right back. All right, we are back. We have the technical issues resolved. And guess what? We have in-game chat. It's great. I can hear callouts. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was super boring watching games without being able to understand what people were thinking.
Yeah, they still need to do the one where you can hear your team when you're in the tent, I feel. I get very stressed not knowing whether my team is communicating or not, as they will attest to. So anyways, we have the south upper objective. I don't have a name for this objective yet.
South Street?
And Marsok... Okay, we'll call it South Street. We'll go with South Street. And Marsok spawned underneath, it looks like. Pretty traditional defense setup we have here. Cloak at the bottom of the stairs, switch at the top. And then Hellfire and JLo covering the north approach, and Milkman covering the west approach. Maybe a little bit weak on that west approach.
You know, I don't know why everyone decides that they want to go down the north alley when the north alley is 100% a kill box. I guess there's not really any good way to come up though, because if you come up the horseshoe, you're boxed in from both sides, like multiple angles, and if you come up from the south, you're basically right on top of objective, and you have to kind of assume that someone's going to be there.
I quite like coming in from the north on this objective. I feel like you can break it into sectors and clear them first, and then work your way to objective. There are some, key spots which you need to clear, which are quite hard to, like J-Lo's spot. Hailfire's spot's a little bit unusual because if Marsok had gotten the other spawn, they could have shot him before he got there.
You gotta
Looks
risk
like
it.
Dazzler is going to be pushing up towards that west alley.
West alley. We call that sex shop alley.
Sex shop alley. Of course.
Well, I guess it depends. I mean, it says it right there. It's right there.
So Milkman has a G36. Does that mean there's a C4 somewhere in this? Ah, I found it. I found the C4.
Put it on camera too, so we can show the world.
It is.
Wait, what? That's
Is
not.
that it?
No, you're.
Is that? No, I'm seeing things.
You
Sorry.
are
It looked like
on the drugs, sir. That is not.
I saw a light and it looked perfectly lined up, and I'm definitely on the drugs tonight.
Somebody
that is
clip
terrible.
that. We're gonna fire James.
No,
That's a
no.
fireable offense right there. Can't
Still
even.
searching.
How do you not know
gotta
what
find the
C4
C4.
looks like? Does he have a
just-
clacker, or does he just have a G36?
I'm looking.
He doesn't have a clacker. He just has a specialist class.
But he should have a C4.
Not everyone plays the way you want, James.
Ah.
Boca has a C4, and it's down on the south stairs.
Ooh.
Hailfire pushing the corner, coming out of his little defensive hole, trading with Semper. Semper is just down.
There will be a res coming out. It is clear for the revive. And the kill count will be established. So Kai are ahead by 1 for this round.
Nice little double tap there. I did not say this at the beginning of the match, but if the audio levels are wonky, let me know, and we will fix it. If you just want me to mute and just play James only, let me know, and we can make that happen.
You're wanting to put a lot of workload on me tonight, aren't you?
How did Milkman get across that alley without these guys shooting him? I feel like...
Oh wow. They didn't have control of that alley very early on, so maybe he did it a while ago.
Oh, that flash got him, and then he tried to peek it anyways. He was down. The Dazzler.
Beautiful flash. The defense need to react to this. There are multiple cap spots, two cap spots, which are quite common in this west alley. Sex shop alley, I should say.
Hold for a second.
Shots from Smithy on the J-Lo's position. Phonic coming around the corner, firing, clicks. Flashbang out. Phonic should be blind.
Ooh, unlucky frag on objective there.
J-Lo gets one. Switch looking for the refrag. Can't find it. Smithy hiding behind that trash can as hard as he can. J-Lo still prone. Is there a crack there? Oh my god, I didn't realize there's a crack there.
J-Lo needs to react here. Semper could be capping.
J-Lo-
J-Lo's reacting.
He's coming around firing, but he's not shooting in the right direction. He's not even looking in the right direction, but Smithy gets the kill instead. Unfortunate miscommunication there. Didn't give us the
Apparently
signal.
there was no signal. Classic.
Uh-huh. That's what they always say when I'm going for a cap and then they kill the last guy. We never heard you click.
Normally you're a little bit less subtle than a click, aren't you? So that round, I feel like it was just a one-by-one pick apart of the defense. A couple of positions quite pushed out, unable to really have support from other defenders. We had Hailfire deciding to push out a little bit north potentially, and then we had Milkman and a little bit pushed out in that west alley. They got picked early, and then it was up to the remaining three as the attack came from two directions, and it was just a little bit too much to ask. So Kai get the first point. Let's see whether this is an attacking bias objective.
I feel like, I don't know, I feel like the defense is too close to the objective. And in my opinion, there's not enough space to defend from close to the objective. If you're staying tucked in, you're staying in a common spot, right? And I don't like playing common spots, obviously. It's just, I don't... If you sit in a common spot, even if you have the best of angles, they know where you are. They're going to make the assumption that you are in this corner, and they're going to come around free-firing, or they're going to frag it, or whatever. So you got to play unpredictable. Coverage is great, but I think positioning is more important.
I think for attack, this is also an objective you can cause a lot of confusion and rotation with some good use of utility. So they've got the closest spawn here, Marsok, so they can shut down a lot of the movement from Volk. It's very limited. Do we have none? I thought we might have a drop, but Semper's just ready to go down the downstairs.
That's what I was gonna do as well.
So they're spawning at the top of North Stairs, which gives them a lot more mobility.
So they should be able to get Dazzler before he crosses across here.
Shots already ringing
quite
out.
See him. Dazzler spot again, quite a common one. I would expect to see a checkmate in there. We have a trade in the west. Milkman's still up. He's going to keep attacking that direction.
Yeah, JLo and Etch trading, Milkman surviving and pushing along. Now this phonic dyslexic is a super. I mean, we saw this last round, didn't we? No, we didn't see an Ember
We
man.
didn't see dyslexics.
Yeah.
Dyslexic Dazzler's position is a dangerous one because it's a risky cross. Ooh, should have been identified. I would have thought on the cross. And now he's down. No other defender can react onto that information, really. Phonics might have given away his position with that flash as well. Oh, and we have Milkman now approaching up the sex shop alley as well. Quoker needs to just hold off a little bit until Milkman's ready to breach.
Milkman puts a flash out, doesn't catch anybody. A little short there, and he goes down to Smithy.
The defense, I feel like Ember almost had that. They had the right setup. They had three in good position. The final attack was just a little bit disjointed. Maybe could have used a little bit of smoke, a little bit of more utility. They had the great start to the round, just the execution at the end didn't quite get in there.
You know, looking at that defense, I feel like it's, like you were saying, no one can react off of that death. But I feel like that's not the point of that defense. The point of that defense is to slowly pick them off while they peel away at your defense. You don't need to get the refrag. You just need to make sure that your guy gets that kill, and then they slow down. And it's about stopping the momentum, not about the refrags.
I definitely get that, and that's definitely a good strategy. Dazzler's position, I'm just not a huge fan of Dazzler's position in particular, which is on camera 2. Just because a couple of reasons. One, you can get identified getting into that location, and two, once you're identified there, there's nowhere you can go. It's someone holds that angle while someone else throws a frag in there, and that's cleared.
No, that's true, but not everyone has nades like you, and getting a nade into that angle means you have to expose yourself a decent amount down those stairs. I mean, while you're pulling the pin. If he can hear the pin pull, he just pops out and shoots you while you're trying to get ready to...
That's why I said you have someone covering whilst you do it. Definitely. It's definitely a two-man job to clear it, but it can be cleared effectively with that two-man. If you try and... The one thing to note, though, if you do try and rush in to clear him, then that secondary spot comes into play. And we're into the next round, which should be a round would be getting excited about because it's the North Stairs.
How excited are you?
I am super excited. I just hope that someone on their team has 4 grenades because that's obviously the only way to defend this objective.
On a scale of monocap to James nade, where are you at? That's...
Ooh, let's go see what loadout they have first, and then I'll see. Well, I'll see how excited I need to be.
Hailfire's running up here with the PKM, so...
PKM. They're going to go with the suppressive method, which is nice. I like it. It's nice. I'm excited. We don't have the rapid push in the north, so excitement levels have been restricted slightly.
Quokka picked up 2 on the other side of the map. What is he, downstairs? Is that where he picked it up at? Yeah,
he's
downstairs.
Going through the tunnels. He's going to come up behind them through those tunnels. They're not going to be ready for this. They're getting a bit complacent due to the fact that they're engaging north as well. Quokka needs to identify Semper though. If he does not identify Semper as he runs past, Semper will just shoot him in the back.
Dyslexic picked up somebody, but JLo was sitting there waiting. His teammate just died right next to him. Semper not finding... Oh, Quokka does get Semper.
Delta 4.
He needs to finish that kill though.
Because he went to Africa.
And there's the shots giving away that 5th position. Quokka's going to go on the hunt now.
No one has confirmed that body.
Quokka said the body disappeared on his screen.
Ah, copy.
Can't find it.
Right. So the round is just up to Smithy. This is a big ask, especially for this objective. I don't feel it's one of those ones which you can attack as a lone man or woman.
I feel like your best bet is to go to the south at this point. If you're solo attacking, coming to the south and picking them off. Quokka not looking in that corner hard enough, but Smithy looking away right as Quokka ran through his line of sight. Smithy finds him. Quokka saw him, but he wasn't fast enough.
I feel, personally, when you're, 4-1 up, you've got a good kill count. You heard them call out that they have 4 kills. That's when you compress on objective and you just wait. Sending someone out like that just to rotate round to hunt for that kill often results in something like that, where that person just gets picked off. And now you're 3-1, and if that becomes 2v1, it can go easily the other way.
Ooh, unfortunately, the res does come out because the body was available for Smithy.
There's the guy went back that way.
Is JLo ready for it?
I killed one guy this side. I'm going to push north.
He's going to push north.
JLo's prone. No one can see him at the end of that hall.
Just looks like a body, doesn't he?
Yes. Semper waiting for that smoke to clear now. Is we going to see a fastest gun in the west kind of duel here, or is Semper going to go for it? I feel
Going
like
through the smoke. Oh, no,
that's a
he's not.
terrible idea.
Ooh.
I feel like.
Heart rate went up there. Anticipation.
See what Semper can do. Yeah, man, I know JLo's there and I can barely see him. Let me turn off the... never mind. JLo takes down Semper. What a great spot.
Apparently Semper couldn't see him either.
If I could remember how to turn off the player tags, I would. Just to show you how dark it is. But Ember, obviously, taking their point. A nice defensive round there on North Stairs. Not even near the objective. I mean, it's not often that we see rounds on North Stairs not end at North Stairs, right? This ended in Chinatown.
It was an unchecked flank, which got that whole round. Quokka picked up 3.5. I think
so. Yeah, 3.5. He had the...
Yeah. So he picked up 3.5 as he went 2 in the tunnels, and then they didn't identify that it was occurring, and he made it around behind. Semper almost got him, but he was able to get Semper as a half.
Oh, so it was
And
only
then-
2.5 then.
Yeah, 2.5. I think with was it JLo and was it JLo helping him out
Yeah.
down the alley at the same time as he came around? Yeah. So yeah, it was just that unchecked flank, which is something you should be aware of, especially when you have so much time on this objective. You can, on attack, you can take your time and really secure your flank before moving in on the attack. And then the Quoker flank really just becomes a free kill for the attacking team.
You know, but I don't normally see a flank from the tunnels. Normally when you get flanked on this one, you see them
True.
coming out of the overpass.
Overpass is much more common. I know Deflate's tried to flank through the tunnels before and he got killed before he even made it to the tunnels. That's my only experience I have of the tunnel flank.
Well, there's that, but then there's also, if you just take all that time and you're going against an aggressive team, which both of these teams, in my opinion, are aggressive, you're risking being all the way across the map when they killed your top 2 stair defenders and they're pushing down.
Carry him, can you, Dad? You know what I mean? So
It is a dangerous technique indeed. If that north push had come hard and fast, like it looks like this one might. They're coming in a lot faster than the last round.
I just barely peeked.
Switch already approaching the last corner before the top of the stairs.
Etch can't see him from the angle he's at. Dyslexic has an extra nade that was dropped to him by Etch. Shots ringing out for Switch, not going to find anybody. Phonic takes down Quokka. Etch gets Switch in a trade. The nade, what a beautiful throw from Dyslexic. Just like arcs up the stairs, right against the backboard. I mean, that was beautiful, just a little too early.
JLo in that corner would have taken him out.
Here comes another one.
This should get Hailfire. Only down though. JLo needs to go for that ASAP.
Sorry, guys. I left the overlay up, and I fired it.
Yeah.
Missed that nade, unfortunately. Phonic picked up Milkman on the
beautiful.
aggressive push. Now, we only got 2 members of Ember left, Hailfire and JLo here, both with the LMGs. Are they just going to come down under fire and push this? I mean...
They have committed 4 defenders to able to defend that northern approach, so they should be able to stop this. At least stop the cap.
JLo reloading his box mag, getting ready for the push. Hailfire watching that 6. They can't do this one at a time, though, which kind of sucks, because you have to push 2 down the stairs both sides to get this kill, which means you can't watch your flank.
Ooh, Hailfire's not going for the prone approach.
He was trying the pre-fire approach, but unfortunately did not get that kill. JLo.
Prone approach is more common, I feel. Unless you have smoke. Smoke now brings back that more rushy type of approach.
JLo goes down to Smithy.
And
Kai.
exactly as you predicted it, you cannot do it.
See, I
as a
don't
one-man.
I don't know though, like I don't like the prone approach. It's so slow. If you don't get the shots, there's no way for you to change direction. You can't back up once you start prone. Like once they see you, you're dead if you don't hit the shots. I'd rather just run down, guns blazing,
Yes.
and just
Hit your shots.
just let it go. It's not
Hit your
about
shots.
hitting the shots. It's about suppressing them so that they can't hit you.
Okay. That's cool.
Accuracy by volume.
Whatever works for you. That's fine. Yeah, we prefer the prone approach, as you may have seen, and it has resulted in a bunch of successful caps on that north stairs. But other teams, that's the thing. Techniques are different for other teams. It depends on what players you have. Like,
Oh yeah, if
we
everyone
try-
played
if
the
we try
same,
and
it'd be
do a play-
boring. I mean,
well, not just boring. It just doesn't work because there's so much team dynamic involved, and you try and copy a play from another team, and you're like, it doesn't work. It's not because it's a bad play. It's just it might not be a good play for your team.
That's true. Some teams don't even make plays. We just kind of go.
I feel like you get to that stage, don't you? Especially on attacks. It becomes more of a organic type thing. Because attacks, if you make too many plans, as soon as something goes wrong, your plan doesn't really work anymore. So having less plans often works out quite well, and you sort of adapt as you go along. But also you have more established normal routes you take. So we have the Chinatown objective, another great objective in my opinion. I like defending it and I like attacking it. I like Subway. Just,
I like Subway. James, 2021. All right, I'm not going to forget the overlay this time. We're hopping into round 5. And now it's James's job. We're putting more pressure on James. If he doesn't hear me say hopping into round, then I'm going to leave the overlay up because that's how I function. So if he doesn't hear me say it and doesn't call me out on it, it's all his fault at this point. Quokka. Ooh, 2 C4s coming out. Quokka put one on the corner there. Semper's going to come around the corner firing, not going to find anybody, but he goes down to the C4. Now, can the confirmation shot come out? I think Semper's tucked too far into that corner. And the other C4...
But it could be some nice bait, because he was down by this... Oh, Semper will be able to see Quokka here, though, won't he? He's called him out to edge.
And then the other C4 is here, right above the overpass.
Ooh, okay.
That's Semper over here, whispering sweet nothing. Smithy got that smoke out. They're going to risk going...
They have adapted to the flank from Quokka last time. They have left Phonic on flank patrol.
Ooh, Quokka finds Semper after getting res and making the call out, but Etch with a nice flick there finds him.
Big pick. Quokka did a lot of damage on their last defense. Looks like the attack's starting to come in from the south. Phonic is moving to regroup with them over on the overpass. So we have 3 defenders remaining against 4 attackers. They're pretty good distribution. You've got north covered, you got the southeast and southwest approaches covered. Milkman might get a little bit isolated and won't be able to rotate back. But it is also a very good ambush spot.
All right, Dyslexic's now pushing up. Is he going to be ready?
Sitting there with his clacker. Ooh.
Smokes out onto objective. Smokes over the wall onto objective. Some long-range crossfire from Hailfire across the objective into the doorway. Milkman missing Phonic with that C4, but gets the backside of him. Rotates back onto objective.
Great flash. Did not get Hailfire, looks like.
It might have. Hailfire's just going to keep shooting where he's shooting.
True. He's run dry. 250 rounds in one of those PKMs, is it?
No, I think it's 150.
150, okay.
I could be wrong. I don't know. I've run out. It happens.
I think it's 36 seconds of shooting last time I checked.
Now Etch going to be coming around here. Milkman back in his spot watching the overpass. Etch going to be ready for this one. He's not. Milkman comes out firing, and Etch was ready for it.
Now this becomes a lot harder to defend. Hellfire's got to think about his back here. They don't know if they have any coming from the north. There was a smoke in that direction. They don't want to let the cap come out though.
Ooh, Hailfire with a nice pick on a Dyslexic. Smithy gets J-Lo. Hailfire finds Etch. And Kai take it in a trade. Smithy's still standing.
It all happens at once at the end, didn't it?
It's like they just build up and build up and...
And then boom! Nice attack coming in at the same time from the 2 southern approaches there to pick up the last 2 defenders. I feel like Ember almost had it. When it was 3v3, they had a pretty good defensive setup. It's this classic cascade. As soon as Milkman popped out and got taken by Etch, if that trade had gone the other way, if Etch had gone down, they could have isolated the attackers into one approach, and then they could have worked much more effectively as a defense. Interesting to see what map comes up. So that was sort of like a medium range map, I suppose you'd say. And we have...
Snow Peak from map 2.
Snow Peak.
You know, I don't remember what we said at the beginning of the past, but who were you rooting for and who was I rooting for? Because I forgot. I rooted for the underdog, right? Like, is that...
You were for Kai.
That's what I thought. Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I was going for Ember. Not rooting for. I was saying who I thought might take it.
You sticking with it? You've got 2 maps. You've got 2 maps to make it up. Are you gonna stick with it?
I'm gonna stick with it. I think Ember can take this map. I saw Ember's performance last week was pretty epic. I didn't see Kai's performance last week. They did beat SEAL Team Bravo, who are a great team. So yeah, both really good teams. They're both master level teams, to be honest. Gonna see them up at the top of the ranks, I would assume, throughout the season. There are also a lot of other teams coming up the ranks, and there are limited master level slots, so that could definitely change. Right, team names.
Let's see. So Kai has Snow Peak 3 out of 3. And Ember has Snow Peak 9 out of 13. So statistically speaking, Ember has a lot more experience on this map in a league setting. But not, I mean, I don't know, is 3-3, is that, 100% win rate is 100% win rate, but like...
It's like also like who is it against,
right?
You know, what objectives, especially with Snow Peak, it's so dependent on what objectives you get. Snow Peak is a very different map, like depending on the objective. You have a couple of outside objectives which are probably longer range, the 2 hangar objectives, and then you have a couple of inside objectives which are definitely short range or can be treated as longer range if you send someone out. And then you have like a medium range objective in the south and the middle. We're engaging with some, more that sort of medium length. So I always view Snow Peak as being a bit of a wild card type map when you pick it. You don't know what you're going to get. You could end up with some CQB, you could end up with some longer range sniping type objectives. I quite like that about Snow Peak. Gives a bit of variety, keeps you guessing a bit. How about you, Trip? Do you like Snow Peak?
Well, so I like specific objectives, like you were saying. I like the warehouse objective. I like the tunnel objective. I like the... Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. I like the north hangar a little. I definitely dislike the southeast hangar or southwest hangars, the dual hangars.
That's my favorite. I think it's probably my favorite. This is
I do not like approaching that at all. Oh no.
Oh, I love it. Attacking the southwest hangars. There's just something you can just clear your way through, and then it's just just certain spots you clear through. I do not like the south central objective.
I'd rather have that one. I'd rather have that one than that. I don't know.
The inside ones are fun. They can be good fun. They also can be very stressful. The north one can be stressful, and I feel like you can't ever expose yourself in that north one, that north hangar.
Yeah, when you get down to like the last man standing, you're kind of just there. You can't defend it. You can only die trying. There's no good spot. At least not that I found.
But we have the hangar objective, and I didn't hear you say it. So
I was just doing it. I was waiting for you to say it.
Hey.
There you go. Okay, good job. We're hopping in there round 1. And I'm stuck in a mountainside.
We have a sort of medium distance spawn. They can get a good encirclement pretty quickly from here, and they are pushing for that encirclement. Are we going to see Kai push out? We have Smithy pushing into a fairly common spot, a spot I love to throw a grenade at, so let's see if that comes out.
I want to know where the C4 went in object. I heard a C4 get thrown inside the warehouse. Oh, I see it.
Oh, yeah?
Ah, right there.
Oh, okay.
Just far enough away from the objective that you can cover that door. I like it. I'm a fan of those kinds of spots. Like there's on the north stairs on Subway, you can put it behind the cucumber juice, and people think that's too close to objective. It can't go off, but it's just out of the range, and it covers the capping area. So if you don't clear it with a frag, you're gonna have a bad day.
So they've only sent one outside, which is interesting. For me, is interesting because there's 2 approaches to the outside, so you don't really know if someone's going to come up behind you. If they did get that north approach in, maybe Etch will be able to hear it, and Smithy can react to it then. Smithy's spot is also very able to get M203'd or fragged, so without really reaction from the other defenders. They have sent... Who have they sent out? Semper. Oh, they're not going to be ready for Semper's spot. And they're not.
They are absolutely not ready. Semper finds 1. Maybe going to find Hailfire as well?
Hailfire is now aware of it, and he's looking. He's searching. He's gone up high, very exposed in that position.
Very backlit. Semper saw this.
I
Just missed him.
In the tunnel. He went into the middle.
Is Semper going to rotate back now? That's what I'd do. I'd rotate back, make them clear out that location, and just go to a more traditional defense.
Hellfire getting back up from switch here.
We have approaches coming onto Smithy. Soju is about 2 meters away from it, and he takes it. So now their western approach is compromised. Semper needs to be making his way back. There could be a cap if they come in without Semper being able to rotate.
That seems like a waste of that spot that Smithy was in. There was no forward defense there. Semper gets
One
another
more down in tunnel.
tailfire coming up the tunnel.
He's no longer part of the action. He needs to make his way back. He could get switch if he comes from behind. But we have Soju and Milkman setting up for the approach into objective. They're going to breach. They're not going to breach at the same time. Soju's already gone in.
Soju is right under that C4.
They're going to go off. Let's watch for the C4.
I don't know who has it. I didn't look to see who was holding it.
It wouldn't have been Smithy, because he's outside, surely.
It's got to be Etch, but
Itch has a clacker. Itch has a clacker.
Soju's on objective. I mean, he's got tablet out. Did Etch not know that he was make? Oh, Phonic gets a kill and then goes down to a teammate. Wow.
Wow. And Itch knows it.
He knows he
that
did.
Team killed.
Here, we're gonna watch
That
that.
could have gone. I missed that. I was concentrating on seeing whether the C4 would get blowed, and then it all just all happened.
We're gonna watch that on the full screen replay because I think it needs all of the screen to appreciate this. But I mean, Soju was on objective. Like, I don't know where Phonic was. Did he come through the door from the tunnels, or was he in the objective building and just not paying attention? Because Soju just walked in. He took shots at Etch, but he didn't even have to. He just walked in there.
Yes. So I think Phonic was inside that. What directions are we? Southwestern doorway, just inside the little hallway, southwest of the objective. I've got it on camera too.
Yeah.
I think he was down in this hallway. Whoa, in that hallway in there. And then when he heard stuff going down on objective. Actually, no, he did. Did he hear stuff going down on objective?
I don't
think he did.
I don't know,
I think he
because
just
Smithy
happened
had
to
been
rotate
down
back
for
in.
a while, right? So like,
Yeah.
yeah. And you think about it.
Itch did call out that they're coming in from the north.
Yeah, but
So
by that time,
maybe
he called that out when Soju was standing on the objective.
Standing
I was
on
like,
it, yeah, but maybe that was enough for Phonic to be like, ooh, I'll just
man,
check the
if you're looking
objective.
at camera one, if Soju had just kind of like been one with the objective, he probably could have had that cap, you know, like from this angle.
Edge couldn't see him from his location. The guy in the southeast,
Yeah.
the objective couldn't see him, and then Semper was way off, so he wasn't going to be doing it. Unless Semper had rotated back, I didn't see that near the end. It all happened so quickly.
In a flash.
We're coming into the round. Everyone's loading in.
Round two,
Let's see
map
if
2.
Ember go for a more traditional defense. They could have gone the other way. I feel like they could have just cleared that room a little bit more before going for the cap. They only had one kill, and then they went straight for the cap.
I don't know. I feel like we see a lot more action when they don't clear the room, right? They just rush in there, and you get confused
True.
because you're like, is that a friendly? And then the cap's done.
And the defenders aren't ready at that point. They're like, oh yeah, we got 4 friendlies. We got 4 people up. You know, everyone's just having a bit of a laugh.
If there's no
Not worried about
gunshots,
the
you're not even
objective.
you're not even looking, right?
Yeah.
Quokka
So
here.
Quokka and Hailfire have pushed quite far out. It has paid off for Quokka. Let's see if they continue to push to try and get this flank. The rest of the attacking team are going outside. It looked like they'll try and get that outside control.
But they spawned in the tunnels. Giving up the tunnels to go around the outside, I don't know if that's the play. I don't decide where I'm gonna go based on what I want to do. I base it on my spawn. So if we spawned in the tunnels, I'm gonna push the tunnels and be more aggressive. If we spawned outside, I'm gonna encircle the objective and use it to my advantage.
Yeah, I'm sort of the opposite. I do sort of have a direction I want to get to, and it generally means that I'll go. If it takes me a long route to get there, I'll go because I know I've got 6 minutes. It's got time, and if we will have a more aggressive team who will be going from that direction, and they just know that whilst they might be aggressive initially, they then need to slow up and wait for the alignment of the attack.
Where'd they go? Oh, they're there. They were by the lake.
It's quite hard to spot on the blue on the white, isn't it?
Yeah, I flew up on Dyslexic, and I saw him and everyone else, and then I spun around, and then they were gone. I was like, wait, where'd the team go? Did we just have 4 drops at once? Like, what happened? Dyslexic.
So Croker's made his way back to objective, so they now have 4 on objective. Hellfire's going for a bit more of a flank through the tunnels. I quite like this. The tunnels can look down from some angles which they may not be ready for. When we played Snow Peak recently, I got downed from one of the tunnels, and the other thing was the sound was a bit unusual. It sounded like he was right next to me, to the point that I didn't even call out that I was down, because I felt like the enemy was right next to me. And in fact, I was in Dazzler's position, and I got shot from pretty much where Hellfire was. So
yeah, there's some long peaks, and they've made terrain changes and clutter changes to this map since last season as well. So, wondering if these teams have played enough to get used to that. I mean, the bunker is new. Ooh, Hellfire's going for the bunker.
I'm loving seeing these new maps in though. You know, Snow Peak is an old new map, but it is great having it back. Just having some variety is great. It's stressful as well. Like, you know, there's something comforting about all those maps, you know. But whilst there is stress, it is good to have some variety, in my opinion.
Kai down to 3 alive.
So the flank, the push-out defense and flank resulted in a net positive for Ember. They got 2 of the Kai attackers and lost 1 of their defenders. So it has worked out for them. Let's see whether the attack will come in from the outside or whether Etch is coming back to rejoin them.
Building. I got one. I got a flash.
And the anticipation builds. Do we have any C4 this round? Have you spotted any?
I didn't see any. Wasn't looking. Right about now is when I start taunting the defenders from right outside. I mean, that's the Master League play right there.
Milkman does. Milkman has got his hand on the clacker. Oh, it's on that northeast doorway.
Oh, on that. Ooh, but I don't know if that'll work. Well, it was blown prematurely.
It's okay. It happens.
Happens to the best of us.
Smithy's trying to creep his way in. Is Soju going to hear him?
Milk gets some shots on the Etch. Milk takes some shots as well. Has the heal.
Beautiful pick and run by Smithy. Got the pick. Back out the doorway. Quoker cannot react onto it.
Dyslexic takes down Milkman. Now Smithy's pushing in. Quoker goes down. Switch, last man standing, gets on the objective. He hears Smithy's call out.
This defense has been dismantled.
Goes down in a trade.
Smithy getting 3 on that attack approach. Beautiful work.
3 through the same doorway too. I mean, not like...
Yeah. 2 in almost exactly the same way. I feel like the second person, was it Quoku who came in second? Quoku came in second. He didn't need to come that close to the doorway and engage at that sort of 2 meter length. There are angles you can take which, you know, have a longer line onto it and a lot harder to spot.
Yeah, you like to reach out and touch people, eh?
Yeah, I prefer to get that sort of like sneaky snake line where you're looking through about 5 different things and you got this tight little angle on it, and then, you know, the defender has to spot you out from multiple different objects.
I like dying in a straight up gunfight. That's the only way to go.
Looks like overall this is going to be a close quarters Snow Peak, because we have the other inside objective. Is this going to be in Kai's favor? I don't know. I'm not sure if Ember wanting a longer range Snow Peak when they pick this or not.
I feel like they do.
Yeah, based upon Subway, I'd make the same call. Yeah, Ember's been so close in so many rounds. It's just, and then just cascades on them at the end.
Kai has also been running 2C4 pretty much all map, so having that on this objective does close off a lot. Even if you don't get anyone with the C4, you're forcing them to use a frag. This
is a very capable objective as well. You can get onto it very quickly from the west. And then from the west, if you get that control of that western tunnel, you can come in from the north or the south pretty well. So Kai need to be ready for that. They don't want to get complacent here, because a 2-point turnaround for Ember would be welcomed, definitely, on Ember's behalf. So Ember have gotten a, is that medium distance spawn? I don't actually know the spawns for this objective.
I think that's the closest one.
Oh, okay. I know there's one in the south in the area. Trade to start the round.
Yeah, I'd call it close spawn. They were less than 20 seconds in, and Semper and Switch trading.
So Quoker's going individually in onto objective, doing his classic Quoker Floker thing. He's just going to try and get this cap all by himself. Smithy should be ready. Oh, and they're ready for it. Yep.
Etch with a nice headshot there, waiting for that door. And this objective is super defensible, in my opinion. Like, yes, it can be capped on if you're not paying attention, but
yep.
you have Etch and Smithy both guarding the center. You've got Phonic all the way at the end guarding the entrance, and then you have Dyslexic here guarding the south.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the south door.
I don't feel like this objective is a classic straight line Quoker cap type objective. It's a do a little bit of work first and then go for that quick cap. Get some smoke on it, you know, get the defense rotating, get those picks, get the picks of the two who are close to objective, and you can be on it before the others can react, and you can be behind an impenetrable box.
Are they impenetrable?
Well. I am 99% sure that they are now impenetrable. They were not on 1.7, but since it's come back, I have not been able to shoot through them, because that used to be our technique.
I mean, yeah, that's what I would do. I'd come in, exactly, come in the north end, firing, and just lay a line back and forth.
Yep.
Yeah. But that's the other thing, though. You know, you can't, especially if those boxes are impenetrable, you can't pick random people.
Before the action goes all the way through, I should say, did you take the overlay off?
I did.
Okay, phew. My heart rate there. Not doing my job.
Ember down to one player still alive. Milkman last standing. And while he makes his way to the objective, we're gonna keep talking about this objective. You can't get a pick onto one person, because your only way to get the pick right is to come out of a hallway that, if you're doing your defense right, you've got two people watching, or at least one person watching. Like, that's all he has to do. He is watching that door. So for you to peek out and get a person in the darkness that's waiting for you, I don't know.
This is, in my opinion, this is an objective where you really want to have that timing on that attack. You want to be using, you know, all of your utilities to clear out some of those common spots as you come through. Flashes, smokes, frags, you know, spots like Dyslexic Dazzler's one. And then you want to be timing it so that you're pinching from both sides at once, so that you can clear Dazzler's spot without exposing yourself to the north. You can do that by being on the north side of both of those tunnels on each side. But coming in as, you know, one person at a time on this objective, you're just going to get picked off from all those angles you cannot clear. Milkman's going to do the right thing here, but Daz is just going to be ready for it.
He's going to see his gun before he... Yep.
Yep.
Flagged his barrel. Kai take their third point with 4 still standing.
This could be the series deciding round.
It very well could be.
Big defense from Ember. They do know that if they get this defense, all the other objectives are going to be longer range, which may be more what they're wanting. So they know that just treat this as one round. Get this one, and this whole map changes. This map becomes a completely different map for the rest of the rounds. So hopefully they'll have that in mind, and they'll just focus on this one defense.
That is true. Longer range is on this map is an entirely different map than the tunnels or the warehouse.
Exactly. I feel like Kai have been doing that better timed attacks from what I've seen on this map so far. They haven't had just one person running it at once. Soju? What team is Soju?
Ember.
Nope, Soju is on Ember. Yep, so I was going to say Soju might be the exception, but no, that was an Ember attack as well. So yeah, I think Kai attacks have been a little bit better timed and come in with a bit more coordination, so that should pay off well for them on this objective. If Ember's defense stays well compacted and covers those exits, as we're talking about, I feel like the defense could hold it though. And then I'm going to get proven wrong, and one person will run straight in as an individual and just destroy everyone, and even with the compacted defense.
You know, I know we're 3 rounds into map 2, but did we have a swap on the Ember side? Soju wasn't in map 1, was he? Wasn't J-Lo playing?
J-Lo was definitely playing map 1. Quick check on overlay.
Is it good? I don't forget it most of the time. It's just when I hear your dreamy voice, I forget.
I just don't want to. I don't want to get fired twice in one night. So, we've got mirrored spawns here, and so now's probably a good time to say, for those of you who are new to Onward and VRML, this is a game which is 5v5. The attackers want to get to a satellite dish and send a 7-digit code. That code changes every single round. If they send that code, they get 2 points. If either team kills the other team, they get 1 point. The first team to 4 points wins the map. It's the best of 3 maps, and we will play all 3 maps, even if Kai do take this point in this map. They will have won the series. However, Ember will be wanting to try and get that last map to gain a little bit of MMR back. MMR being how we determine which teams are better than other teams. It's based upon who you faced, how many points you've gotten off them, all that sort of stuff. Some form of secret sauce in there somewhere.
All magic, Canadian magic.
May give away the formula at some point in time. However, we haven't managed to bribe him enough yet.
Well, the first kid wasn't enough, so I don't really know if we can put more pressure on him. No children were harmed in the making of the MMR. Dyslexic and Smithy pushing from the north, putting some smoke out, drawing attention, but not really pushing in. There's some utility coming out. Frag to clear. I don't know if there's any C4. Does Soju have anything? You do not. You have. That's an AK.
All right. So, I'm just trying to see how this attack is setting up and how the defense is setting up. Looking at all the positions, Soju is quite a common position, so Dazzler and Smithy should be ready for that. They have all the other approaches covered with people close to the objective, because it looks like they are wanting to be ready for that cap. Milkman being covered from the south, great. Quokka probably the most pushed out position, but and quite a common one, but for a good reason. That side of the hill.
Quokka also got those kills earlier, though. He did already flank around and get the first kill of the round on the Kai, and then rotated all the way back to objective.
Yep. He pushed out into the tunnels, got a little cheeky little kill, but then didn't stay on his angle, which is a great thing to do. Rotate back out, force him to clear it, or take an alternate route, and then do your thing. So Smithy's trying to shoot those boxes. Hopefully he knows they're not. He knows that they're. Ooh, Edge was there, luckily, who
saved his life.
Smithy.
Nice work.
Teamwork there.
Backing Edge. He knew that he only got away with that by the skin of his teeth. Great shot by Milkman and Switch at the same time. Phonic needs to combine his timing. He has perfectly to kill Hitch, Switch, and Hailfire in that crossfire. They exposed themselves to it a little bit too much, getting a bit focused on the north there. Quokka's going to go for a flank on Phonic, or is he not? Nope, he's going to come and engage head on.
Needs to be careful because there is one down at the north end of the tunnel.
Oh, no need to expose yourself there, Milkman. Itch just waiting for that peek, and the peek comes out. It's all up to Quokka to bring this map and match back.
The good news is Quokka knows that those gunshots are coming from down the tunnel, so he doesn't know that the guy's on objective.
And the great news is Quokka is one of the people who is very capable of doing this. Itch just sitting there waiting. He's going to get the last pick, surely, if Quokka picks that again.
It's a great rotation from Quokka, but he looks the wrong way at the wrong time.
Oh, there it is. Yep. As soon as he picks it again, Itch was ready for it. Perfect example of why you might just want to hold your line and just keep holding, keep holding. You know you've got so much time on the clock. No need to come off that line. He holds it, gets the 4th point, and gets the series.
Kai
So-
running away with the points. 8-1 at the end of map 2.
Great spread of kills across Kai as well. No one, taking 10 or anything. We've got a good mix of 3s and 5s in there. Phonic and Dyslexic Daz are on 5 kills apiece. Etch survives the map. Oh, always love to see that. Survives the map, 3 kills, no deaths.
I was going to call him out representing the casting squad with 0 and 0 going into that final round, but he made up for it. He got 3 kills on that final round.
Oh, he didn't get the donuts. Triple donuts. So we've gone into Suburbia for map number 3. This map is a Kai pick, and they have picked a shorter range map again. It has paid off well for them. They have won lots of rounds. I'm trying to think how many on the trot. Ember's only gotten 1 round so far.
Ember only has 1 round, yeah. So
1 round.
Kai winning on both offense and defense. Now, a lot of the Kai members, or at least some of the Kai members, are relatively long-standing players too. It's not like they're a new team. You got Semper, Smithy, Phonic. Those guys have been around for a while.
On both sides, I think there's players who've been around for a long time, aren't there? I don't know how
Yeah, I don't know when Ember started.
AF.
Playing since season 6.
Longer than me. So I consider that as being a long time. Alright, looks like we're getting a couple of swaps out on Kai's behalf, which is a thing you see quite often when you've already won the series. Get some game time for those players who have not had any so far. So we've got Robbie coming in. And we'll see who else. Now, this objective. Do we want to talk about this objective yet?
Burning Torch objective. How do you feel about this objective?
I get stressed defending this objective. I get stressed on Suburbia in general. It's known as being a map which Mayhem like to ban. We banned it 12 out of 13 times last season. This objective in particular stresses me out on defense. And it could be a 2-0 start to Kai if they play it right. It is definitely one where we see a lot of smokes and caps in the smokes. There are a couple of key locations which you can cap from without really being seen. I've got on camera too, behind those sandbags. Then also if you push up to these concrete blocks, are they Heskos? What do you call what's a Hesko?
Hesko.
Yeah,
It's a collapsible bag, basically, that you fill with sand to make a defensive position.
Gotcha. I definitely knew that.
They're like giant nets, and you just fill them with sand, and they take square. They make squares.
Cool. So these massive sand squares. Their objective, you can get behind them, and often the defense is more biased to the south, so you can be protected. They're obviously bulletproof, and you are protected from bullets whilst you cap. And if you have a quick capper, you can get that cap out in 2.5-3 seconds, and defense can't react in time onto that. So defense need to be vigilant at all times. When smokes come out, you need to be chucking those frags and flashes and crashing in controlled manners and all that sort of stuff.
You can't cap this one from a concealed position, except
pretty concealed. You can be on the north side of these.
Yeah, on the sandbags.
North side of the sandbags. You can be on the north side of those Heskos as well if you push through a bit further.
Yeah, if you're prone, and I mean you do have to peek out. You can't cap from like right behind them.
I mean, it's a good one to rush through a smoke to get to that position.
That's true.
Less expected, and the sandbags can get cleared from a further distance, whereas the Heskos, you have to be pretty much right on the kappa, especially if you're coming from the south. It does happen in the smoke. So they've got the slower Marslock spawn here, the northwest or lane 1 spawn, lane 2 spawn. So they're not likely to have as quick a rush onto objective. Still be quick. Bit of pre-fire coming out.
Dude, that was like the last two are over.
Pressure's definitely on Ember here. They want to get that map back.
If I watched If I watched Dazzler, or sorry, if I watched Kai last week, I think they played this map. They were putting all kinds of pre-fire down everywhere, through the bushes and everything. I'm expecting a lot of those picks. Was it Kai
Kai
last
played
week?
Subway, Sand, and Bazaar last week, so it must not have been them.
Well, even
yes.
so, most things. Ooh, Quokka gets base slapper, bass slapper, bass, bass. Is he a fish slapper? Slap at a
He likes
fish.
to slap at a fish.
Slap at a fish.
Slap at a fish. Quokka getting squiggly as per usual, pushing out a little bit and then contracting. Soju's might be looking to engage Etch. Ooh, Etch getting 2, and Semper at the same time. Quick 3-piece from Kai. And Kai lost 1 in there somewhere as well.
The
Switch.
blue kill is
Wait.
just filling up the scoreboard.
No. Roby. Etch is
Milkman.
crying over Roby's body right now. It's okay, man. It's okay.
That flash got
Ooh,
Milkman.
beautiful flash. Is he gonna push afterwards though?
Does he have a? He has a clacker. Does he have a C4?
He's
He has
got
a. He has the
clacker.
C4 on
He's gonna
his
throw
chest.
it. He's gonna. It's a throwing.
That's
C4.
yeah, right over
Ooh,
that.
it could be a 2-man C4. Come on, do it. Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
He's probably on.
Oh!
Oh! Oh yes. I hope Wookiee's watching. He loves that.
We're gonna watch that one. Oh, that's the wrong button. Hit the wrong button. You're just gonna get a full screen replay and then gonna cut to the scoreboard, unfortunately. Just gonna ignore that. Go back to game. Back to the game.
Whew.
There we go. Good thing
So,
Semper didn't do
thanks.
anything for like 30 seconds.
So it's a 1v1, but as far as Ember Hailfire is aware, it is a 3v1. I'd be surprised if that kill count came out after that C4.
You don't just assume that your C4s kill people. If you hear a
don't
C4
think you
explode,
assume-
you don't
You
assume
don't
that
assume that it kills. Certainly don't assume it kills 2. So maybe a 2v1 then.
I don't know. Maybe
how-
maybe he doesn't throw it unless he can get 2. You know, maybe he's one of those people. He's like, I'm not using this unless I can get a multi-kill.
2. Wookiee's like 5 or nothing. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yet to see a C5 this season, and it's been going for a whole 2 weeks.
I'm disappointed, people. Disappointed. Rookie numbers.
We've had a C5 in the last 2 seasons. We
I
had
think so. Yeah.
Brezek last season on Snow Peak in the tunnels
Mm-hmm.
with a nicely bunched attack getting taken out. And then in the season before that, we had Wookiee on Subway, lower objective, the team all approaching down those north stairs. A little quick peek C4 boom. So hopefully someone can take that crown this season.
Semper taking the best approach, I think, to get angles on this objective. Normally, you can see if someone's on the south side there watching north, you can see them from these long angles. But Hailfire tucked in on the objective, in a very exposed position, honestly.
I'm kind of like it though.
See, I like here's my position. I've seen people take this spot here, looking back towards objective.
Oh yes, that one's a good
Because-
one because you can stop both approaches onto it.
Yeah, and it's uncommon, right? No one's gonna look for you
Yeah,
there. They're gonna be checking the Hescos or where Hailfire is, or anywhere
I don't
else.
think you check Hailfire's position, really. Because it's so exposed, it wouldn't be a super common one to check, in my opinion.
Semper, do you have any utility on you? What is your plan here? I just heard his phone
But
go off.
chuck it a frag on the objective.
Clear in center house.
Nice. He's got time. Minute 30.
You've got a
He doesn't want to be rushing this last part because he will make noise.
he's got a flashbang. He's got
Rush.
2 flashbangs, and his
2
texts are going off. I can hear him. That's not great because the ding goes off and he gives away his position.
What's Hailfire got? Smoke. Interesting.
That defensive smoke, man. You
Defensive
gotta
smoke,
have
alright.
it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what Semper's shooting at there.
Does Semper have a good kill count? That's the question.
There goes this text message again.
Really?
Like mute
Now,
it,
where
dude.
are
You were safe in center house. Mute it.
1, 2,
Here
3.
comes the
Hailfire
flash.
got those 2.
Oh, look at that. Oh, just a little far.
Semper will have a good kill count. Hellfire's he got distracted by that.
Wow,
Oh!
lucky. I don't know how he didn't see
what?
that.
Was Semper, was he dry? Did he not have a round in the chamber?
Well, let's watch the replay and see what happened.
Had his phone vibrated the round out of the chamber?
Yeah, I think he didn't reload after he took those shots in center house because he put the laser right on him
The
and
laser
then
was
turned away.
right on him.
He had to
And
have
then
been
you
dry.
had the click of death. Oh, it's brutal. And you're like, what do I do? Oh.
The worst way to die.
Yep.
No, I take that back. The worst way to die is to your own Molotov because it hits some random hitbox.
Well,
That's the worst way to
happened
die.
to me a few times, and there's a reason I no longer take Molotovs.
It's definitely a high risk, high reward. I don't even know if it's high reward. I mean,
It's the thing. I like throwing things. You know, it's no secret. I like to throw things. You hand me a Molotov, I will place it down gently, back away slowly,
and shoot it.
and then start to run. No, I'm getting out of there. I'm not even risking shooting it. I'm out.
Best plays from when the Molotov was first introduced was C4, Molly, top of the
yeah.
stairs, center house, suburbia, setting off the
with-
C4, blowing.
Especially if your attack took too long, you could do that in the last like 30 seconds, and then
Yeah, two mollies.
you just hide.
Although we did see someone run through it once, which is pretty impressive. They were like, oh, I'm just going to go and get the kills, hoping I can kill everyone up here before I burn to death. And they just ran up the stairs. That was, sometimes you just got to make the call, man.
That's where you have to chuck those frags in those windows, which on 1.7 was much harder because they had cross lattices on them. And we've gotten distracted and mirrored spawns, so Ember do not have the quick spawn. I wonder whether Ember are going to go for a more aggressive smoke and cap type approach. I have seen it from Ember. They are conversant with the smoke, so, and they obviously do have a quick capper on their team. But he's not going the quick way.
No, I mean engage a spot.
Engage, yeah.
Engage.
See how the defense sets up. They've gone for the safer exit from spawn. And they are quite biased off objective here, looking towards lane 1. Base Slapper gets a little peek to identify that they are coming lane 1. Bit of pre-fire through the hedges. Oh,
Quokka gets
looks
the
like Base
refrag
Slapper
there.
might be playing on Quest native tonight.
Yeah, I did
Switch is
see
on
him.
objective.
I did see him go through space through that bush there. Switches, yeah. This objective is completely exposed. I was gonna say Soju's going for it. Oh, Edge finds the backside, but Soju's
He
still
had
over
so
here.
much time.
I mean,
it was a failed mono cap.
It was pretty.
Almost.
Soju could just go around the other side though and get this cap still. The only defense on this objective is dyslexic.
Robbie
And
can see it from
Edge.
there, can he?
I mean,
Can't you
I don't
see
know
Soju?
if he
You can see
prones-
lane 4 from there. Yeah, you can. Ooh.
You prone
yeah,
around
you
here,
see
can
lane
you?
4. Nah, you can see lane 4.
I'd risk it.
Edge's
I'd go for it.
Edge's spot is pretty common. I would have checked it before going for that cap, or at least I know that the cap without smoke is a great one to do.
Yeah, cap without shooting is even better, but
Yeah, case in point, that would have been a great opportunity to do that push through to those Heskos. If he'd gone to the Heskos, Edge would not have seen him. A switch and push to the Heskos. Potentially a better thing to do, less exposed. Seeing as he snuck past all of the hard positions.
Soju's gonna go for the same cap in the same spot and go down to Etch from the same spot.
Did Soju call out that he cleared the spawn house?
I don't think so.
Because Edge could get a double, pretty much with one bullet, could kill 2. I don't think that's actually possible. I don't know if bullets penetrate, but they're lined right up.
Oh, but
He
it
hasn't
doesn't.
spotted Dazzler. He can't confirm Edge.
Oh, and a trade.
Oh, Ember win!
Ember take their second point.
I got so excited there I heard my voice come back through the microphone.
Gonna have to turn you down a bit. Let's see if I caught that on the replay. That is not the correct replay. I wonder if I have broken them. Let's try this again.
Interesting. Trying to think of whether that last man defense does actually have the objective covered. I feel like there was an approach from Soju which could have got a cap without being seen. as soon as they lost Robbie, there's a very tight line the defenders can see through potentially, but you're looking through a lot of stuff. All right, and we have one of the new objectives. We have the playground objective. Interestingly, in the playground, we have a little sandcastle.
Wait,
And apparently,
There's a sandcastle?
there's
Oh,
sandcastle in
yeah.
the playground. And apparently on the flag, it does. You can see it. There's a little,
It's
that
the
little flag
Onward?
says Onward on it. Yep. Which has been pointed out on other casts, but just an interesting piece of information. There's actually 2 sandcastles and spoons. Apparently, spoons.
Looks more like a sport to me.
It's fork?
I mean, it's
There's no
missing
fork
the
element.
front.
There's no fork element, so it's like
Okay, it's like then it's like a knife and a spoon because it's missing its front lip. It's got a little
Like a-
blade there.
mix between a spade and a spoon. Alright, so this objective, I found out the hard way that there are some nice pre-fire lanes right across. I've not really played it. So Marsok got the north spawn though, so less of a pre-fire opportunity. There is a secondary spawn south of that middle cross lane, sort of where my camera is pointing right now. But they got the north one. Let's see whether they encircle from the north.
Hey, to
Try
get
and pick
across-
out the Hailfire northern push. We've seen some very effective defenses on this objective, especially during the charity tournament, which Kai hosted, so they should be aware of it. I remember Velocity doing very effective defense where they were all pretty much on objective with some great cross lines. So when we see Kai's defense, it'll be interesting to see if that comes out.
Semper gets Milkman right near objective. Gas gets Soju on the far side. Quokka putting shots through the bushes. Semper and Dazzler here trying to get to
Gonna
the
go for
objective.
res. Oh,
Semper's not ready. Dazzler's on the radio while that kill happens. He goes down.
feel like after that pick it was the time to go for that res on Milkman. A 2v4 defense would have worked out a lot better. 2v3 defense even. So Kai get around, they get their attacking round, and they now have defensive and objective, which they should be well versed on, based upon that tournament and the fact that they were watching those the final between Velocity and
Who
someone.
watches game footage? It's just excessive.
Well, they were
That's a
hosting.
lot of
They were
work.
hosting the tournament, so surely. I know Etch was watching because I think he ran a channel which had all.
You're
had
at
them
the
all,
red zone, yeah.
The red zone, yes. So we'll see. Just a little bit of, I want to see if the prediction comes true, maybe. That's it. So, how are we looking on the scoreboard? Quokka with 5 on Ember's behalf and Hailfire with 3. 2 of those occurring at the end of the previous round. Etch and Semper with 5 and 4 apiece on Kai's side.
Yeah, pretty good
Pretty
spread.
balanced, as you'd expect, with the 1-2 scoreline. No donuts on the board.
No donuts.
No donuts.
What is the reward for getting a donut on Mayhem? What?
We had, I'm trying to think, I want to say this, but I wasn't sure if it was Potato or Technic. I think it was on Suburbia, who, might have been Bizarre, who did a clean donut. Like,
Nothing.
Wait.
They just sat around
Nothing.
in a corner the entire game. They just-
all across the board, nothing.
Wow.
On one map. So, didn't die, didn't get a kill, no revives.
That definitely takes some skill.
No caps. Yep. And we've also had Technic on this map. Double cap map is always 2 caps from the same person on one map is always a nice little point. It was on his second cap was on the north red car, and he just literally ran straight through and capped the south side of the red car.
I haven't seen that objective in a while. Either of the
Yeah, I feel
north
like-
cars. I haven't seen either of them.
I feel like I'm seeing the new objectives a lot on whenever it's a map with a new objective. I'm not sure if it's a bit of like a
I think they're biased.
confirmation bias or whatever you're looking for them. But I feel like I see a lot of them in casts, especially. I suppose Subway doesn't have that many objectives, so that's probably why you see it a lot.
Because Subway only had 4 to start with, right?
Quarantine, for example. Feel like I've seen that. Now, what you call the objective is the next case in point. We call it mall objective, so that middle
Mall
east objective. Well, we saw east of the mall because we call that middle building the mall. But we've had this conversation already, and you called me crazy for calling it that. So, whatever building you call it,
It's center glass.
center glass building. Okay,
Or
center
glass building. We
Um,
just call it glass building. We shorten it up.
we have a glass building in like the northeast. It's like, is there one up there somewhere?
I don't even have call outs for those buildings. We tried making them at some point, and we never use them. It's like warehouse, something
Do you
else.
even play anymore?
No. Look, we've established that my method of call outs is tracer rounds. I just shoot at people and expect my team to understand where the enemy is.
Generally with a lot of yelling and singing
Oh yeah.
at the same time. Yeah. Anyways, we've seen that objective a lot, and I've also seen the impact building objective a lot on casts.
I think today when I cast earlier, I had
lot.
in the plane and
In the plane?
south, the new south one, South Street.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen the new South one get played in a cast yet.
Well, if you
I'll
go
have to go
back
back
and
and
watch
watch
that
that
one
one.
from this morning.
I mean, I watch your casts.
Although I can't be sure that it wasn't the round that my whole stream crashed, so you might not be able to see it. But
Have you been remembering the overlay, by the way? I haven't been reminding you. I figured you got this.
I'm pretty sure I haven't left it up.
Sweet, cool. You know what you're doing. A little bit of time coming between rounds. I know we're great at talking about garbage, but just might be worth checking nothing is going wrong, or we can just talk about more garbage. So what's
the other
your
spawn-
favorite objective on Suburbia?
I don't know. I like going for the garage. I like pushing that south house.
I love that. Yeah, it's probably my favorite too, to be honest. It's offset by the fact that defense can push out a little bit further because they spawn on the north side. So you need to be more wary at the start of your attacking run, just to make sure that they haven't pushed out on you and trying to do little flanks and stuff. But once you have that control, that cross, there's just the cross and cap. It's a great one to cap on. Yeah, it's probably my favorite attacking one.
So
Yeah.
this other spawn for this objective, is it right here by the teeter totter?
Yes, yeah, somewhere around there. That's where I got shot from, at least.
So you can get
And
there's
someone
this super tight
There's a
angle
line
from
there's
the
a
top of
line
the
pretty
slide.
much- but also on attack, you can shoot that line and just shoot through that fence. And there's only one, so this fence here, and that's the only thing stopping it. So you've only got no, I'm assuming that's one layer, so it's only a negative 25% reduction in damage. If it's 2 layers, 50%, sure. But you can pre-fire through that, and you can lock them in to their spawn pretty well, because you can shoot to full height there. They can't really prone past. They can't really get to the bus. Obviously, there's the danger of getting counter pre-fired. Look at that! We've managed to talk the whole time,
Oh,
and they're back.
did you really have any thought that we couldn't talk for?
No,
I mean,
true. They have got that spawn, and let's see if we see it. And let's see if that defense does set up as we saw from Velocity. Because it was commented on how effective it was. Doesn't look like it though. Looks like more of a push out defense. Bit of pre-fire. Pre-fire does catch one in the south. Only down on edge. It's a very hard revive though. He can do a lot of call-outs from there. Semper's going for it.
that nade from
One's towards us.
I don't even know who that was. J-Lo. Oh, J-Lo's back in the game, by the way. Happy birthday. I heard maybe he had to go eat some cake. I think that's why he had to leave last round.
He has a lot of cake. He's also the oldest player in Onward. Not sure how old he is at the moment. Be around 400, I reckon.
I think so. I think it's something like that. Ember is just pushing in here. Unfortunately, they
Ooh.
couldn't find all of the kills in this aggressive play. And Kai take
Who
their
was
second
that?
point.
Someone, I feel like someone did a bit of work on defense there.
I mean, Ember was doing this great though. They had the flashes up over the top. Bass got J-Lo.
Was it the fish slapper?
Yeah,
I think fish slapper.
Fish Slapper boy got a couple of kills there.
We do not condone animal cruelty on this channel.
Now it's tied back up 2-2 on the final map, and we're moving objectives to
here it is.
favorite.
Now, a cap here from Kai could seal the map, would seal the map. So Ember need to be really aware of that. Them dying is not the end of the world. They've got an opportunity to cap back. They've got an opportunity to win just 3 points. If they get capped on, as we talked about earlier, 2 points, game over, match over, 3-0 map-wise to.
Let's just talk about all the cap spots on this. There's so many. You can cap.
Take a big breath.
You can cap from in front here. You can under the light outside the garage, on either side. You can cap from outside the garage behind the bush here. You can cap from behind. Wait, can you still cap from behind? It looks farther forward now.
Have not checked because I haven't checked recently. I feel like because I did see someone run straight past that cap point to go for a different cap location, that being the side one. And I'm not sure if that's just because they didn't know or because it's moved.
Can you also cap from this corner here inside the house?
You can cap. Last time you.
Because that's a great. If you can get inside, that's a great spot.
You can cap from upstairs.
Oh yeah, you can cap from upstairs too. I forgot.
Yep.
Up in the corner. Yeah.
You pretty much need to stop them getting into the front yard of this. If they get in the front yard, there's not much you can do, except get lucky really, because they can go to so many different locations.
Free fire from Kai, and is the return fire going to come out? It is not. Quokka now in the carport waiting for Semper. Oh, looks away just at the wrong time. But still gets the kill.
Back on it.
Wild
Quokka,
hurt.
as per usual, getting the first kill of the round. That's happened on a lot of rounds.
You know, for a cuddly animal, he is a very aggressive person.
It's that marsupial in him. It's what he keeps in that pouch, which worries me. Now, where is Hailfire? Can't see him. Oh, there he is, down there. Lane 1, compressed right in.
Doing his best
Sneaky
Tesco
little
impression.
spot. Very similar there. So that used to be a low wall there, and there used to be a very similar sort of spot where you could crouch behind. With the tall Hescos, you can stand up, maybe a little bit easier on the knees. In the lower back. I find crouching sometimes, I'm getting old. Gets a bit tiring. Was that a trade? Was that a trade by Quokka on the playground?
Not. Well, no, it was a refrag.
Killed in a quick refrag, yeah. So, potentially too quick for a call out though, so they might not have a good kill count. We have 3 on attack and 4 on defense. Hailfire's crossing, that line Hailfire has across the map there is quite powerful. With his, except it is a little bit blocked.
If he really tried, I think he could see Dyslexic. Or if he knew where the top of the slide was, he could probably make that pre-fire. But I don't think
you used to have a spot out here somewhere where you sat. Was it next to the APC? You shot me on the slide once.
Yeah.
You used to sit somewhere out here.
So it was here. I was farther down the wall of Hesco's.
Oh, is that where it was?
All the way back here, which is, no one's gonna.
Never figured out where it was.
I think that's where it was.
Yeah, it was somewhere down there, and I was like, "It's a good spot." I think you got me twice in 2 scrims.
I die to the slide very often, so I'm very aware of that position. Milkman gets Bass Slapper.
Right, so we said 4v2. So defense really needs to not be doing what they're doing right now, and just need to lock down this. Nope. Yep. Okay. All right. Cool.
Now it's a 2v2. Dyslexic evening those odds.
Personal preference, but I'm not a huge fan of that push out when you're up on defense. That's the time in which you really want to actually stay more compressed, in my opinion. You've got the advantage. Force them to do the movement.
Maybe you're just hot though. I mean, you don't want to sit and wait. Ooh, Robbie giving away his position.
Shoot him, Dazzler. Sorry.
Shooting it. I think he was pre-firing the spot.
Dazzler's laser went on to Robbie for a second. It was like, whoa.
Robbie should try the play I tried before, where you just kind of prone across the front porch, or Get shot by Switch. Switch gets refragged.
Big pick. Is Jayla going to be ready for it? He is. Ooh, that could have gone another way.
Solid defensive refrags.
I feel like Kai had a good kill count, didn't they? They had a good kill count.
Yeah.
Dazzler could have just stopped. 1v1, this objective. Take a breath. Would be my take. The defense has to rotate. They're not going to be able to cover it. Robbie's already cleared the front yard. Dazzler could have just paused there, 1v1, and waited for the rotation, get that final pick. It's a hard thing to do in the moment. You get excited, you get your kill, you want to get on objective straight away. But that would have been the perfect chance for a little bit of a pause, a couple of breaths, and then just the final pick. So Ember go up 3-2 with a successful defense of the garage. Let's see if their attack is as successful. Any shining lights from that previous round? Poker got a couple at the start. Nicely done.
Poker did get a couple, and then
Dazzler got those push out, got Hailfire and Milk
yes.
Switch when they got a little bit too aggressive and pushed out. Other than that, pretty even sort of trade back and forth, wasn't it? Oh, Dazzler might have gotten 3. Did he also get?
I think he got Quokka as well. So it was Quokka, Hailfire, and Milkman. Switch was upstairs.
And he also got the guy
spawn
from the
house.
window. He got Switch up in the window, didn't he?
Oh, he did
Robbie
get
didn't
Switch.
him. Is it
Yeah.
a 4 piece for Dazzler?
That can't be right.
This is, I don't know.
I don't know.
Whoever got the person in the playground.
I don't know who killed
got
Quokka.
the
So
ball.
he did get.
Yeah, it's
he
the
got
first
at
one's
least
the hard one,
3,
isn't it?
but I don't remember who killed
Nicely
Quokka.
done. We should remember every single play, obviously. Okay, looks like they're coming in. Yep.
We have no one on lane 4.
Let's see whether we have a pushed out defense or a more compressed one from Kai.
Longhouse guy. Not our problem.
No, but Robbie's not watching that. Okay.
Sounds like Kai is kind of making their defense up on the fly.
Nice run. Middle house control. I quite like middle house control for lots of objectives.
Dyslexic finds 2
And
in the back
Plays
door.
off well for him.
Call it, please.
Dazzler's on a tear.
That's 2.
-3, call it.
Another for him.
There's another one.
He's now on
Three,
9
three.
kills.
Oh, I'm sorry, that did not play the right replay, unfortunately.
Is Dazzler going to get another? He might have heard Milkman here. No, he was just
Let's see if
reacting
I got
to something. Base Slapper saving Dazzler's life. And now it is all up to Hailfire. Is he going to look at his tablet and shake his head in despair? Should we ride along with Hailfire? It's always nice to...
Yeah, we'll do
See their
a quick
reaction.
ride along here because it's either going to be a 5-man clutch from Hailfire here to win the map, or Kai's going to take their defensive point and it's going to go to a 3-3.
Oh, he's not going to be ready for Robbie's position. Robbie's going to hear him coming up. I think it's going to be a little pop up and over. Oh, he diverts off.
That's
Sorry, I said
that's
Robbie, but
Semper.
Semper. Sorry, I saw the R, and I immediately went with Robbie. This is when I would get my head taken off by Trip. Hailfire has time. He's got 4 minutes.
I'd just like to point out that the spot I shot you from was super exposed, so it's basically the fact that you're a T-Rex and didn't see me because I didn't move.
Yeah, well, I've never claimed my eyesight to be amazing, so I make up for my lack of shooting ability and eyesight by just yelling at people.
And throwing epic grenades. Did
Yeah,
Semper
just
hear him run up there? Like, he has to know he's behind the house, right?
Hailfire ran quite close to Semper at one point, so he
But the tank is right
has
there.
to know. Yeah.
So maybe he didn't hear it. Sorry, the...
Semper needs to not be
APC.
standing, though. He's standing, exposed himself to multiple angles. Yep, there it is.
Wow.
Crouch! Crouch!
I mean, he wasn't even looking the right way. He was just chilling,
No.
just hanging out. Hailfire making a rotation now. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left on the clock.
This is one thing I like about Suburbia. It is a great rotation.
Did he not confirm it? He didn't confirm
He did
him.
not.
Oh
Yep,
man.
No. He thought his M249 had powerful enough bullets, but
Really should.
it did not.
Really should.
He's conserving ammunition. He only has 240 rounds remaining in his box mag.
I love my
I
box
think
mag.
they're 250, aren't they? Something's 250, surely.
You're asking
Maybe
me
proven
all
wrong.
kinds of questions. Remember, I don't play anymore.
Oh, you're gonna play that card. Let's see how it is. The real question is Base Slapper or Dazzler gonna get the final kill, or is Etch?
I'm gonna go with
I don't know.
Etch. Etch is gonna get it.
Etch? You reckon
Yeah.
Etch?
Etch is watching APC from top floor.
Yeah, he is, isn't he?
Really, I mean, you've only got one job if you're in that window.
I was just I wanted Dazzler to get to 10. I wanted to see a double digi. Some double digis.
Well, they still got
Don't care
another
for me.
round if Kai takes this.
True. This
Yep.
is I was saying before, this one part I like about Suburbia is the rotation aspect. We can do a few little picks and rotate because the rotation lines are not that massive. You can go from one side of the map to the other. Oh, downing of Semper.
Semper is gonna be calling him
critical
out.
here.
Yeah.
I just noticed that. This could be the end.
Definitely see this.
Because this cross has actually gone undetected and could have resulted in a cap except for Semper.
Hailfire gets...
Oh, especially with that pick. Now Dazzler. Come on, Dazzler, do it. Yes!
There's the 10.
There's the 10. So Dazzler in the last 2 rounds has either gotten 7 or 8 kills. Which is pretty impressive.
I don't remember which team got that point. Kai.
Kai got that point. We're now 3-3, and we've got one final objective for it. What's it going to be? It's another new objective. It's the Lane 1 Humvee objective. I'm going to call it. Someone might call it something. A burning truck
Ooh,
objective.
this is a new... I haven't seen this one at all. I didn't know this was here.
This one, when it first came out, had quite a interesting or unbalanced potentially spawn in which you could get quite locked in on Volk with where the Marslock spawn was, but I think they have adjusted the spawns slightly. So Marslock now can either spawn in the classic south location or can spawn in the southeast corner of the map. Volk spawns, I believe, on the north side of Lane 1 Street, north of the white car, and I don't know whether I haven't seen this objective enough to say whether this is a Volk sided or Marslock sided objective. I have seen a Volk win on this on a cast which I analysed or just watched, one of those. I only remember it because I saw 2 wasted grenades exploded in the middle of the
I
street.
just burned it into your head.
It made me sad.
All right, final round. All right, where did I just fly to? Oh.
And Marslock have gotten the south central spawn. It's interesting. It's on the north side of south center, so it's not the classic Marslock
Sitting
spawn.
back
It's
here and
the
pre-firing just a little
Volk
bit.
garage spawn.
Okay, you guys crossing
That
the
is
left and
definitely a
Do you say
pre-fire
yes?
lane.
Garage or garage?
Alright.
Garage.
They are aware of it. It looks like, and they do take a covered line.
Polka gets Robbie.
Quoker gets the first kill of the round yet again. Is he going to get second? Dazzler versus Poker? Yes.
Is there a nade drop
He's going to
there?
get picked off by Semper on this rotation back. At least he's ready for it. He's not ready for it.
Not ready at all.
So Quoker
3
got the
down.
first 2 kills of their previous
Oh, that's
defense,
not the right
and
recall.
he gets the first 2 kills of this defense as well, and then gets picked off. But he's done his duty. I feel like that's his job. Get a couple of kills and then die.
Scare him.
Obviously, the then die part is probably not in his job
It's
description,
definitely in
but-
his contract. It's definitely in there. 3-on-3, 3-2-3, with 5
He
minutes
hasn't done
left.
his other part of his job yet tonight, and we're not going to see it. The other part of his job is to just run straight through everyone and somehow cap.
Quokka only making it to 9 kills. Unfortunately, not getting double digits on the Ember side.
Oof.
Just
we have
shy.
a chance. We have a chance. Hellfire getting 3. The last 3.
Hellfire could get the last 3.
Etch on attack. Is Etch still alive?
Etch is still alive.
Etch on attack. He could get to doubles. It's slim odds, to say the least, but could happen.
Hellfire's got to hear base here.
There's
There's one.
One. Ha ha ha. Is that? That's correct, isn't it? Yeah. Ooh, Hellfire is going to be ready for Etch. Etch just needs to wait. I feel like Hellfire is going to at some point move around there.
Oh, Hellfire. Oh, Hellfire.
The laser's just like scanning across him. Nothing else much going on the rest of the map. Just checking, make sure we're not missing some epic cap. JLo and Milkman watching the objective. Hellfire will be barely breathing right now. Is he going to be ready for Semper? Again, it's the... I understand why he's standing tall, but Semper's flash. Ooh, there it is. No one's going to get double digits. No other people are going to get double digits because that is Hellfire dead and a kill on...
Etch a little
both
slow
ways.
on the refrag there to pick up.
Right.
One-on-one.
Comes down to a 1v1, and this is probably the position I'd want to be if it was a 1v1. It's probably the position I run as the last man. You need to be checking lane 4 regularly. Because if Etch gets this cross, and comes around behind JLo, yep, exactly like he's doing. Oh no, he's not going all the way. See, I would be periodically checking lane 4 because you're not going to be ready for someone coming at you from the north.
I feel like you can hear
Then-
him coming from the north a lot easier.
Ooh, no, you can definitely swing wide. You get through that,
Etch sees him. Should have seen him.
you can see under the white car, which I found out last night, because Theta killed someone under the white car from lane 4, shot them from lane 4 under the white car.
Jayla definitely doesn't know that this cross already happened.
Is he now looking at it every now and then?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, he needed to be doing that immediately. He doesn't have a kill count, so I believe there was a trade in there. So I understand why he's more objective focused, but yeah, if Etch doesn't get this, I'll be surprised. It's probably all.
To be fair, the objective is behind the Humvee, so like he can only see a little cross here from the bush to the, and then he'd have to start crashing in or shooting underneath or something. So he doesn't.
Yeah, you can see feet. You can see feet all the way through from where he is. You
We're
can
gonna
see
watch
if someone.
the look on JLo's face as the light gets snuffed out from behind.
Oh, if he just does like a lucky instinct turnaround. Come on, Spidey senses. Come on, Spidey senses. Here comes. Oh. And Kai take it. 4-3 on the final map. 3-0 overall. 12-4 the final score, I believe.
I will tell you in a
can't see the
second.
scoreboard.
We're running a
I can't see the
replay. I will
scoreboard.
tell you after. I'm watching the light get snuffed out of JLo's face. And we're going to watch it again on full screen just because I want to. No, we're not going to do that. So that was Kai taking the final point. And final score, 12-4. You're right.
Etch got that. He almost had the double digits on the final map. I feel like it was stolen from him by Semper. Was it Semper? Semper killing Hailfire. Otherwise, Etch could have got the double digits. Dyslexic Dazzler on 10, Etch on 9, Semper on 6, Base Slapper on 6, and Robbie on 2 points. The final to close out the last map. Any poignant points?
Poignant points.
Poignant.
I just got a warning. I don't know what's happening. Onward was not happy. No, I'm just glad that I picked this up. I think it was a great matchup. I mean, that's the kind of action we saw or we want to see. And hopefully we'll see some more of that throughout the season.
Definitely. And I know this is said a lot, but there were a lot of close rounds in there. I feel like there were definitely a lot of rounds which could have gone Ember's way, and that 12-4 scoreline maybe doesn't reflect the nature of the map. There were some intense encounters, some very quick turnarounds where there were 2 to 3 kills occurring in very rapid succession, some 1v1 last man defense and attacks. No caps, a no cap match.
No caps. There was an attempt by Ember on Snow Peak.
A couple of attempts. Soju on Snow Peak and another one maybe on Snow Peak. Maybe.
Was there? I don't remember. I don't think so.
Yeah. Anyways, middle. Yeah, great match. I really enjoyed it, and thanks for letting me co-cast with you, Trip. I enjoyed my first co-cast. I hope it went okay. I would appreciate any feedback if anyone has any. I'll continue to work on it.
I'd like to give a shout out to the connoisseurs. If you voted for Boss Fight and Kai tonight, you have just done a doubleheader upset on connoisseur picks. You should go buy a lottery ticket or something, because 23 to 59 said Kai was going to lose, and they ran away with this in points.
They were dominant. So that means that Kai has won all encounters they've had with Ember in a semi-official format. We didn't see Sand, which was a map I thought we might see tonight. All the more traditional maps, Snow Peak being slightly less traditional, a little bit newer and back into the pool, but overall more of a traditional matchup. Saw a few of those new objectives, which is great to see. Good to see some new defensive layouts and new attacking methods. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. Both of them are going to be definitely teams to watch.
Yeah, Kai now winning both of its first 2 matches, so they're 2-0. Ember is, has Ember got a challenge? I know Ember was challenge hungry.
Were they?
Doesn't look like they got any yet. So they did beat Raptors last week, so they are 1-0 or 1-1. That's how scores work. Math works. 1-1. But yeah, and I think that's the last game that's going to be cast. Let me double check. I'm making sure no one picked up any like late night matches, but I don't think there's anything else going on. There is not. That was the end of it.
It's unusual to have matches later than this. No real time zone which would support it, is there?
There was a 10 o'clock, so there was one that started 45 minutes ago. That was the last one. But
gotcha.
This is the last casted match, and we are out of here. I'm going to run the highlight reel so you can watch all of that crazy action unfold. Apologies in advance. There are probably going to be some replays in replays because I pressed the button too many times because I didn't want to miss it. But we're going to run that, and going to give a shout out to our sponsors and our viewers. I don't know how many viewers we have, but I know we had a ton of viewers today. I saw when I switched to watching OML 3 today, I saw somewhere of like north of 130 viewers. So keep up those numbers. Keep playing these awesome games. Shout out to our sponsors. We have ProTube VR, VR Cover, eHaptics, HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Cybershoes, Arma, VRware, Asterion, and Fixed Gaming. And with that, I think we're going to end Season 11, Week 2. I'm your host, Trip, my co-caster, James, and we are going to sign out.
Thanks, everyone.
I feel like...
Oh, wow. They didn't have control of that alley very early on, so maybe he did it a while ago.
Oh, that flash got him, and then he tried to peek it anyways. He was down. The Dazzler coming to the south and picking him off. Quokka not looking in that corner hard enough, but Smithy looking away right as Quokka ran through his line of sight. Smithy finds him. Quokka saw him, but he wasn't fast enough.
I feel... To the flank from Quokka last time, they have left Phonic on flank patrol.
Ooh, Quokka finds Semper after getting res and making the call out, but Etch with a nice flick there finds him. Now Etch going to be coming around here. Milkman back in his spot watching the overpass. Etch going to be ready for this one. He's not. Milkman comes out firing, and Etch was ready for it.
I don't want to let the cap come out though.
Ooh, Hailfire with a nice pick on a Dyslexic. Smithy gets J-Lo. Hailfire finds Etch. And Kai take it in a trade. Smithy's still standing. He's got Tablet out. Did Etch not know that he was made? Oh, Phonic gets a kill and then goes down to a teammate. Wow. Wow.
Wow. You know, Snowpeak is an old new map, but it is great having it back. Just having some variety is great. It's stressful as well. Like, you know, there's something comforting about all those maps you know. But
Dyslexic takes down Milkman. Now Smithy's pushing in. Boka goes down. Switch, last man standing, gets on the objective. He hears Smithy's call out.
This defense has been dismantled. And we will play all 3 maps, even if Kai do take this point in this map. They will have won the series. However, Ember will be wanting to try and get that last map to gain a little bit of the route and then do your thing. So Smithy's trying to shoot those boxes. Hopefully he knows they're not... He knows that they're... Ooh, Edge was there, luckily.
Teamwork there. Smithy like
backing Edge. He knew that he only got away with it by the skin of his teeth. Great shot by Milkman and Switch at the same time. Sitting there waiting. He's going to get the last pick, surely, if Quoker picks that again.
It's a great rotation from Quoker, but he looks the wrong way at the wrong time.
Well, there it is. Yep. As soon as he picks it again, Edge was ready for it.
Does he have a C4? He has the C4 on
He's going to throw it. He's going to. It's a throwing C4.
That's right over that.
It could be a 2-man C4. Come on, do it. Do it.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
He's probably
Oh! Semper will have a good kill count. Alpha got distracted by that.
Wow, lucky. I don't know how he didn't see that.
Was Semper...
Oh, but
he hasn't spotted Dazzler. He can't confirm Edge.
Oh, and a trade.
Oh, Ember win!
Ember take their second point.
I got so excited there, I heard my voice.
That is not the correct replay. I wonder if I have broken them. Let's try this again.
Okay. He's also the oldest player in Onward. Not sure how old he is at the moment. Be around 400.
Robbie should try the play I tried before where you just kind of prone across the front porch. Or get shot by Switch. Switch gets refragged.
Big pick. Is J-Lo going to be ready for it? He is. Ooh, that could have...
Dyslexic finds 2 in the back door.
Plays off well for him.
Call it, please.
Dazzler's on a tear.
-3, call it.
Another for him.
Another one.
He's now on 9 points, so he
But the tank is right
has
there.
to know. Yeah.
So maybe he didn't hear it. Sorry, the...
Semper needs to not be
APC.
standing though. He's standing, exposing himself to multiple angles. Yep, there it is.
Wow.
Crouch down yet again. Is he going to get second? Dazzler versus Boka? Yes.
Is there a nade drop
He's going to
there?
get picked off by Semper on this rotation back. At least he's ready for it. He's not ready for it. Here comes... Oh.